Okay, so if a dog and cat fight doesn't ensue, I have a training. I have a best friend who, this is for a couple specific personalities probably. I have a best friend who has so much that she wants to get done and can get so hyper focused that she can forget all the other things that she has to do. I can get so excited about so many things that I want to do that I try to do every single one of them like at the same time. And yeah, maybe try to overdo it and maybe neglect the most important thing. And then I have another amazing friend who has a lot on her plate, homeschooling, um, businesses, and just doesn't know what to get done when. So this training is for the counselor says I have a little bit of ADD tendencies. Be nice. I think you might see a cat and dog fight at the same time. Okay. I had a cat that adopted me, and now I have a dog that I think's adopting me. Okay. Oh, go sit down. Go over there. Chill out. Look how cute he is, though. It's really cute. But the cat does not like it. I'm praying they become best friends. All right, back to focusing. So, I've got a little series that I'm going to do on some really helpful things. For example, one of them is going to be this weekly plan sheet. I had a psychologist that I was seeing in college tell me to do it. And I did it. It was helpful, but I was like 18 and maybe like not a great time to teach me that stuff because I wasn't like mature and didn't have like a job yet, in college. Um, and in Mary Kay, it's a big one. For example, Monday, and you're supposed to make this if you want to write this down, Sunday night. You look at your week coming up and you make this plan sheet. And it's genius. I'll show you why. Because I didn't do it this Sunday. I had done it the week before. And I would consider myself semi ADD like tendencies because of my personality. Like I just want to do everything. Um, have you ever heard this before? This made me feel good that people that are late to things are not because they're like lazy. It's because they're trying to cram too much into amount of time that they have. So maybe like ambitious. Um, so a couple things about the weekly plan sheet. One, I want to tell you what I did on Monday, 2 days ago, and two, what my counselor has said. So I think this is really important. If you want to write this down, we're human. And in our humanness, and if you're Christian, like we've got God too, which does a lot of supernatural with our natural, right? In our humanness, we are limited in time. We've got 8 to sleep and 16 awake, okay? We are limited in our energy. We have to recharge every night, and we really have a limited amount to choose where to spend it. We're limited on money based on what our income is right now. We've got limits, and because we have limits, we make boundaries around them, right? If we don't make a boundary, which includes a budget, which includes our schedule, which includes, I was just saying no. Like if you don't have a boundary, then even biblically in the Bible, when in Nehemiah, when they didn't have walls up, if you don't have a boundary, then people can come in and take anything that they want to when they want to. Your money, if you do Dave Ramsey, if you don't have a boundary, it goes. He says if you don't tell your money where to go, it leaves you. If you don't have a boundary around your time, then the precious things that are important to you and that God has given you to be responsible for in this time are not protected and cared for well because you're doing other stuff, right? Yeah, so boundaries are so healthy, okay, and so important. All right, so here's this one, all right? And then my example. If you don't make a weekly plan sheet, then all 5 million ideas that you've had could just be really important all at one time. And what's really important isn't. Monday, I had an afternoon meeting, and then I had some time, and it's really important to make dinner, so I'm not going to like feel bad for myself. But listen to this: afternoon meeting, some time, and then I had an orientation with a brand new consultant who was coming over, then new consultant training that I was going live to finish this meeting with, and then the rest of that meeting. And then I even had a color event where I was going to teach makeup. All right. That's kind of a lot of stuff. And I didn't equate, even though I wanted to be so prepared. I didn't give myself enough time to prepare for all of these things because had I made a weekly plan sheet and seen what was ahead and realized I needed to put a boundary around some time to be ready, not just do those things, but there's time before those. They also call it margin. That's a buzzword right now. Like, leave margin between your day, between things. So write that down. I think that's key. And I can give you a copy of this one. This one's just a really pretty version of the weekly plan sheet, but Google it. It usually goes from 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. Margin is like, oh crap. Like, oh, I had to use the restroom. Oh, I had to eat food. Oh, I had to drive somewhere. Like, you leave margin, and you leave margin for, like, man, I needed 20 minutes to breathe before I grabbed my kid and went from work to the next thing. Okay, so leave margin in there too. Don't feel bad if like every second isn't taken place. So on Monday, I decided to make a casserole, a meatloaf, which is great. We ate some the last couple days. And I decided to make a protein power bowl that I've been wanting to make for 2 months. Like all of a sudden that day, I decided that was a good idea. And my early morning meeting, I was not prepared for as much as I would have liked to be, although it was great. I still did my best, and that's the counselor says that's what's required of us is just simply do your best. Whatever your best is for each day based on your energy and what's happening and what pops up, right? So here we go. I'm going to tell you weekly plan sheet, and then the next couple ones that if you're like, hey, I would like some more, is a dump list. Really quickly, you dump everything you have to do on a dump list, okay? And then the next one is the 6 most important things list. You pick from that dump list for the week or month or whatever. You pick from that giant list that you got out of you the 6 most important things, and you apply them to the weekly plan sheet. So let me show you this, okay? It's really fun when it's color coded. I have, said what my colors are up there. And Mary Kay, we're taught to do God first, family second, and career third. Okay. So I have my God time, which is also my me time to breathe, be who I am, talk to my creator, is in blue. And then I've got family time in purple, which is over here and over here too. The purple ran out. I also have blue's also self-care. IPA time. Income producing activities are in green. It's hard to see that one with the yellow out here, but green, green, and green. That's when I'm actually putting makeup on faces or, doing new appointments. Education. This is my education or educating my team. Like I showed you that Monday meetings that I had. There's some facial time after that. And then I have a little business coach on Fridays. And then we have office time is pink. Okay. And then Lila date. I have an orange when I pick up Lila from school and we hang out for an hour. Okay. So in Mary Kay, we're taught priorities. So in kind of like the 6 most important things list that we'll talk about later, you pick your priorities because we're limited. We're limited in time and energy as humans. Okay. So if you have 5 million priorities, you're only going to get a little to each thing, So for all of us women specifically, we've got God, probably have God first, okay? And so that's Mary Kay's first priority. So you would actually put on your schedule that first, okay? So I have church time. I have an hour every morning, and afterwards I go on a walk and pray, where I do Bible and journal in the morning, and then after that I go out walk and pray. Where I am unavailable, I am now turning off my phone and setting that boundary. 1 hour for me and Jesus where I'm unavailable. And then I also have another one down here where I read the Bible. That's just kids are in bed, I read the Bible. And then I also have, so that's my God time is on there, right? And then I've got church. Next is like God first, family second, career third. Okay, so family's next. So I have family Saturdays and Sundays. Sometimes I might do an appointment on a Saturday, maybe, but in general, that's my family time. I'm not attentive to my phone as much, although I might be, right? If I choose to be. And then this purple time, I just kind of in my heart today set this boundary. This purple time, about 2 hours a night, I will not have my phone and I will not be available. But the rest of the time, I am to friends and business and family, other family. So that's my family time. It's blocked off. Some people have a date night on Fridays, if that gives you an idea, for family. Okay. And then career. This is it's kind of silly, but if you have specific times that you are going into work or going into um, office, I'm thinking about two friends specifically, um, you would color that another color. Okay. So whatever your work color is. Okay. If you also have a side hustle, which a lot of us do, okay? So my friend Talia, I'm just throwing you out there, Talia, she homeschools. So that what she would have her homeschool color blocked off as work, God, family, work. So homeschool would be on there. And then her business, she's got a beautiful, I think it's called Deeply Rooted also, which is so funny. Serena, you guys are both called Deeply Rooted. Serena, my other best friend I'm talking about, has a Bible study. Oh, it's hilarious. I've been trying to connect y'all for so long. Um, you would have your deeply rooted times in here. And you know what? This weekly plan sheet changes. Kids just started going to school. So this is my weekly plan sheet for that. When they're in the summer, it'll completely change. And it's awesome to have a new plan. Put it on your fridge that your family can follow. Once I make a plan, I will make some photocopies of it. And then I'll write on top of it at the beginning of each week what I'm actually getting done during my time. So this is my office time. So during my office time, I'll write down, okay, look, this is good for me to know limits. I only have 4 hours. And today I'm doing a big drawing. That drawing and putting 400 names on a wheel is going to take an hour. So I would write wheel for 1 whole hour, which you would not think that it would take that long. I need to make a flyer. That might be 1 hour, maybe even 2 hours to take all the photos and put them all together and make it cute on a flyer, right? So, and then I'm going to make some booking appointments for Mary Kay. So that's actually was already there, and I'm going to have to actually move it because this is actually where I'm at today, and I have to do flyer and stuff. Does that make sense? So you put all the things from your 6 most important things list, which you got from your dump list, onto here each new week. So hope that helps you guys. Please tell me some feedback of how that might be helping you, and I can send you this one if you kind of are a floral hippie type. Let me know.